Oh, here we go with this bullshit. Yeah, what's going on?
Hey, baby daddy.
Yeah, what's up?
So, I was thinking, I want our baby to, be advanced in life or whatever. So right now they're doing karate class at the YMCA and it's $300. So I was thinking I go half, you go half, and then our baby gonna be, Cobra Kai up in this bitch.
Child support.
I'm sorry, what?
Child support.
Okay, yeah, you pay a little less child support, but that goes for clothes, shoes, stuff to support the child. This is an extracurricular activity, so it's extra.
Child support.
You said he's saying child support. Like, do you only know them two words? Child support, support child. That, like, what I'm asking you is for something extra to benefit the kid. You don't have to put the money in my pocket. You can call up there and make a payment, like, directly.
Yeah, but I remember the two words that I asked for, 50-50. And when we try to get that established, you didn't want that. You wanted sole custody, and the judge granted that. So when it comes to child support, he said that as long as I pay my child support, I ain't obligated to do nothing else. So, child support.
I cannot fucking believe this. Okay, so basically because that's all you have to pay for, that's all you gonna pay for. So if the judge says you only have to pay $20 a month, that's all you would pay. You wouldn't pay 25 or 30.
Here's my suggestion to you. Walmart is always hiring. Fuck out of here. Fuck child support. Baby mama. Yep. Baby mama. Yep. Baby mama. Yep.
And you blood for now the nigga captain.
Man, I don't know why I can't have no peace. You got child support. Yep. You got sole custody. Yep. You alienated me for being a father. Yep. So what the fuck you want? This some bullshit. I'm just an average man with an average life. Trying to move on with my life. Baby mama live a savage life. I wish you'd leave me alone. I pay my child support. Yep. She got sole custody. My God, why she don't let it go? Why is my baby mama always harassing me? She think I have more money. No, why is my baby mama always harassing me? Will you please just let me be? So I come on home with a freaking eye, ready to pump and dump. This chick is out of sight. Big mama calls my phone. Man, what you want? I want that child support check. Man, talk to state. Next. She said, what you doing with that stank ass bitch? I said, how the hell do you really know this? People say I'm crazy. I be out there hitting on. But when I turned around, there she go peeping through my window. Why is my baby mama always harassing me? She think I have more money. No, why is my baby mama always harassing me? Will you please just let me be?
I feel
Baby
that
mama. Yep. Baby mama. Yep. Baby mama. Yep. Why is my baby mama always harassing me? No, why is my baby mama always harassing me? No, why is my baby mama always harassing me? She think I have more money. No, why is my baby mama always harassing me? Will you please just let me be? No, why is my baby mama always harassing me? She think I have more money. Oh, why is my baby mama always harassing me? Will you please just let me be?
I built that nigga.
mama tears out here, man. Time ain't no good man out here. I did it the right way. Married a woman, had a job, had a business, and look how she did me, man. Now I'm poor, broke, and lonely, and alienated. I work hard for my money. So hard for my money. I work hard for my money, and I still don't make a dime. I work hard for my money. So hard for my money. I work hard for my money, and I still don't make a dime. Never thought I would go through this shit. I'm so broke as fuck that I can't pay my rent. All because you wanna be strong and independent. She took me to court, filed a no-fault divorce, wanted sole custody, alimony, what the fuck? The judge granted it. I lost my business, now I'm out of love. I work hard for my money.
I built that nigga.
So hard for my money.
I built that nigga.
I work hard for my money, and I still don't make a dime.
I built that nigga.
I work hard for my money.
I built that nigga.
So hard for my money.
I built that nigga.
I work hard for my money, and I still don't make a dime.
I built that nigga. I built that nigga.
My money, so hard for my money. I work hard for my money, and I still don't make a dime.
I built that nigga.
I work hard for my money, so hard for my money. I work hard for my money, and I still don't make a dime.
I built that nigga.
I work hard for my money. So hard for my money. I work hard for my money, and I still don't make a dime. I work hard for my money.
I built that nigga.
So hard for my money.
I built that nigga.
I work hard for my money, and I still don't make a dime.
I built that nigga. I built that nigga.
Baby mama terrorist.
You go fuck yourself, convict.
DMT. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coke. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coke. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coke. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coke. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. Riding around trying to play the role as innocent with an evil soul. In public wearing fake hellos, behind closed doors she rock them horns. I moved on, she wanna teach me a lesson. Can't see my kids, man, I'm stressing. Couldn't see my son to give me his present. She got married to teach me a lesson. Telling people she did nothing wrong, knowing that well since I moved on. Thought that money would keep me home. Hell no, bitch, I'm gone. I don't know what you lost your mind. Try to say my name, but I know your kind. Saying I'm a deadbeat, bitch, you lying. Fighting in court, man, I'm trying to be a father to my kids. She focus on the wrong shit, worrying about another being instead of us co-parenting. Put my kids in grown folks' business, telling them lies, bitch, you wicked. Split personality, oh yeah, you twisted. Never thought I'd go through this. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coke. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups.
You go fuck yourself, convict!
Man, these bitches got me fucked up, man. Baby mama tell her tomorrow she needs some money. Man, you better go to Walmart.
Walmart is always hiring. 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 Wonder holler broke, bitch, you get some child support. Section 8 Obamacare, your ass better sell some dope. I ain't here to save your hope, I'm telling you in the dope. Better save your lean card or a twerking liquor store. Better shake it for Habib, better shake it for Mr. Chan, better shake it for Tyrone, bitch, I don't give a damn. Matter of fact, only fans gon' find your ass a stam. Who was shopping suckers? Bitch, I'm not your fucking man. It's not my fault you got 5 baby daddies with 4 fucking kids and no else to fucking live. Not my problem, better get your ass a job. Go to sleep in trailer parks, better go to fucking Walmart. Walmart is always hiring. 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 Walmart is always hiring.
Off the liquor, but I hit it. Yeah, I'm sipping on some Henny, going in, aisle 6. Hey, let me get some Remy. I'ma have my dick in there before it even hit me. If you think I'm about to drop a dime, ho, you know you tripping, folks. Me the pussy free. For your man, you charge a fee. I'ma get up in the guts and you gon' try to have my seeds, and I'ma be a deadbeat. I ain't tell you had that kid. You know I was about to nut, but you kept on riding dick. When it comes to being freaky, bitch, you an all-star, but you always broke. Better holler at Walmart, so you better take direction. Oh, bitch, take this lesson. Now get up on your knees. I don't wanna hear no questions. Walmart
is always hiring. Walmart is always hiring. Walmart is always hiring. Walmart is always hiring. Walmart is always hiring. Walmart is always hiring. Walmart is always hiring. Walmart is always hiring. Walmart is always hiring.
You go fuck yourself, convict!
Ooh, no. Bitch, you fucked up a good man. Stop the cap. Bragging about you having a man, but you know you're lonely. Stop the cap. Saying that you got all the dough, but baby, you have no money. The cap. Saying that your hair on your head is real, but you know it's not. The cap. Wearing some mop that you got from the good old pawn shop. Run around saying baby daddy left, but you know it's not true. The cap. You don't do to live off the government, that's what you choose. The cap. You fucked up with a good man, you rather be ran through. You know you made a big mistake, leaving him for Section 8. Even though you're living off government daddy children new pappy. Claiming you're so strong and independent. You was just like them baby mama terrorist women. Fuck out of here. Even though you're living off government daddy, making them your children new pappy. Claiming you're so strong and independent. You was just like them baby mama terrorist women. Fuck out of here.
One more time, come on.
Even though you're living off government daddy, making them your children new pappy. Claiming you're so strong and independent. You was just like them baby mama terrorist women. Fuck out of here. Yeah. Welcome, thigh. I thought your degrees were your ticket out. Welcome, thigh. You're back with the guys you used to laugh about. Running around, bust it down, get community dig. With 6 baby daddies, 5 kids and wig. Who would thought it'd be ya? Another Ku Klux Keisha. So believe it or not, you a thought from the block. Use a thought. 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 I thought your degrees were your ticket out. Use a thought. You're back with the guys you used to laugh about. Playing a role, you're not a hoe, say you're not a thigh. You need to see reality, you was a BMT. Who would thought it'd be ya? Another Ku Klux Keisha. So believe it or not, you a thought from the block. Use a thought. Use a thought. Use a thought. Use a thought. Use a thought, use a thought. So believe it or not, use a thought, use a thought, use a thought. Believe it or not, use a thought, use a thought, use a thought. Believe it or not, use a thought, use a thought. So believe it or not, you a thought from the block, use a thought.
Stand, please. Oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, yes. The Solemn Court now stands adjourned, sine die. God save the state and this honorable court.
Yeah. Shout out to the Cows gang. Yeah. All rise for the street ordained judge from 89 Cottage Grove. We're going to definitely cook today. It's gonna piss some people off. It's gonna hurt some people's feelings, which you already know how that go.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
Now, you know I don't. Not at all. But yeah, y'all already know what time it is, man. Happy Friday. This Cows Gang Friday. Y'all already know what y'all could do. Y'all go ahead and you could be seat up in this motherfucker. Shout out to the baby mama Terry's Bounty Hunters. I'm your host, Mr. Palmer. Today, we're going to talk about the truth of the reality when it comes to men. I told you this from the get-go that you have men and you have so-called men. Well, what is so-called men? Men who are physically or a physical man. You know, they male features. They certain brawn and everything else. Those are men. So-called men. These are wolves in sheep's clothing. These are counterfeit. These are also the right hands of white supremacy. These are motherfuckers who just walk physically as a man, but got the mindset of a baby mama terrorist. Because what you have is son husbands. You have sideline simping forces. You have low-life simps that will aid assist one of these baby mama terrorists to aid assist to destroy another man. It's so many of these son husbands raised as dudes out here that when it comes to men saying, well, we gotta, make change in child support. We gotta make change with this unjust system. We gotta make equality and equal parenting rights and equal rights and shit like that. That's not gonna happen. I hate to bust your bubble. I'm gonna keep it true. It's not gonna happen. Because as long as you got these dudes who are baby mama terrorists raised or simping force raised, son husband raised, it ain't gonna happen. But that's why I told y'all that as men and even women, we have to change the laws in our mind. We have to do what's best for us. We have to change our own laws in here. We don't wait on the laws to change over here to say, well, I'm gonna stop fucking random bitches and shit because I don't want to get caught up like I did the first time. Or I don't want to get caught up at all, right? We don't have to wait for the law to say, hey, you can't have sex and come in bitches, even if they say they taking pills and all this shit. No. You have the power to do that within yourself. See, and I said this before and I said it again, just because the laws ain't changed don't mean you can't change the laws within yourself. And I want you to understand that as a whole, it ain't gonna happen. But as maybe individual or select few, oh, we could definitely make shit happen. From day one, when I was talking about, family court and how child support is and how this system is, I have told y'all that child support is never gonna change. They're not gonna look out for you men, and I mean myself included. They're not gonna look out for you men when they're benefiting off your pain, your child's pain. Lack of fathers, fatherless homes, fatherless sons and daughters. They get $60 billion a year, and I'm sure they're probably getting more than that now. $60 billion business or $60 billion slave trade. They are reaping the benefits off our suffering and pain. And these baby mama terrorists get the benefits. And the funny part about this is, when you call this shit out and say, man, this some bullshit, this some fuck shit, you got some hoe ass nigga that come around and say, you must don't want to take care of your fucking kids. Now, we already know how the baby mama terrorist gonna say, oh, he just doing this because he don't want to be a father, he a deadbeat, he a low life, he don't work, he don't do this and all that. We already know how they get down. But I'm talking about these fake ass niggas that run around saying I'm that nigga, or I'm that real nigga, and I'm for what's right and all that shit. Really, they're not. They will sit back and tell you, yeah, you must don't want to be a father. You just being bitter. What's wrong with taking care of your kids and shit? They have the same mindset that these baby mama terrorists has. And one of the reasons because they baby mama terrorists raised, they didn't have no man in their life. They didn't know the difference between reality and going along, get along. No. You even got street niggas that be the hardest thugs and killers. And I said this a while back, and I say it often. A baby mama terrorist can walk up and spit in his face, slap shit out of him. This nigga got 10 bodies out here and ain't nobody snitched yet. You stare at this motherfucker 3 seconds flat, he's gonna give your ass the MGK. But one of these baby mama terrorists walk up, cuss his ass out, smack shit out of him, and try to run over him with the car.
Here I come to save the day.
That nigga will still save her ass. That nigga will still say, I forgive. That nigga will still say, but that's my mama though, and I love her, and that's still my baby mama, and all this bullshit. But he'll kill you for stepping on his shoes, and before you can say X for excuse me, he's giving your ass the MGK. You have street niggas that came on my platform and told me, I don't see how you don't want to take care of your kids. Street niggas came on here and told me, I don't see how you want to take care of your kids, but you out here killing motherfuckers. You out here robbing motherfuckers, carjacking motherfuckers, and you can't even be around your kids because you go around them, you liable to get them killed as well. You can't make this shit up. I'm just saying.
Cut that bitch off.
And I just look at them, but then we have a discussion. They come with a clear understanding. Then they say, yeah, I went through that too. So if you went through this same motherfucking thing, bitch, then how the fuck you come on here and tell me that, hey, you don't want to be a father, you don't want to take care of your kids, you don't want to do this, you don't want to do that? You can't make this shit up. Your own fucking daddy can be a simp enforcer and tell you that bullshit about it is what it is. It's cheaper to keep her. Happy wife, happy life ass nigga. Tell you, well, that's just the way it is. You know, it's your job to pay this child support. So it's a job for me to pay this child support, but it's not a job for me to be a father. You can't make this shit up. People criticize me for wearing my fuck child support hat, saying fuck child support. And here's the thing. I'm talking about these niggas. I ain't talking about females. We already know how to get out. That's just what it is. Fuck them. I'm talking about these so-called men that run around and say they're either high value or they say that, you know, I'm red pill, I'm alpha, and all these different things, but they sucker for a bitch. A lot of y'all peoples y'all look up to, y'all heroes are fucking high value tricks and some simp enforcers undercover. And now they got a certain status now. They come out with their truth slowly but surely. But again, like I said, you have motherfuckers on here, street niggas, come on my platform talking about some you don't want to be a father. Same thing these bitches say. You don't want to be a father. You call these motherfuckers out and them motherfuckers say, yeah, I went through it too. And that's why I'm telling you, I will never understand the mentality of these dumbass niggas, but I do understand because who raised you? Who fucking raised you? And they tell you, you know, my dad went around, or, you know, my mama raised me, or I didn't have neither. And I understand this, but motherfuckers criticize me for wearing a fuck child support hat. Even though I let people know the reason, even though I show you the proof on why I say fuck child support. You think these motherfuckers give a fuck about 30% of men who that are paying child support, not the biological father? Hell no, they don't give a fuck. You think they give a fuck about 85 or 87.5% of women getting custody of our boys and girls, and 17.5% of these bitches get custody of our who become non-custodial parents and have to pay child support? You think they give a fuck that it's obvious that it's a problem with the ratio right there? You think they give a fuck? Hell no. Even if you tell them that man don't pay his child support, he go to jail, he loses license, he get liens on his cars, he get on his credit report and everything else. But one of these baby mama tails who don't pay their child support, they don't get no license taken. They don't lose no license. They don't get no liens. They don't go to jail. Hell, do they even get to go to court? Because if they do, I have heard cases where the judge told the man, you ought to be glad you got custody. What more do you want? Don't you understand that she's fucked up out here? But when a man say, hey, I'm struggling, I'm fucked up, I just lost my job, COVID, that motherfucker tell you,
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
And he go to jail. And motherfuckers criticize me, but I realized, and I was talking to Kareem maybe a couple of days ago when he told me this, and I told him the situation about a simp enforcer, a bitch nigga. Man, hold on, I like when Anthony Spade said, he said with so much emphasis than I do on that. Bitch nigga. And I said, this motherfucker talking about what I had on and what I was saying, talking about the family court in New York. And you know what he told me? And he was right. He was like, you know what? He said, the reason why the motherfucker talking that goof ass shit is because he can't say the shit that you say. He can't express himself like you want to because he worried about what a bitch say. See, he can't come out and say what you say because he know if he say this, he might not get the pussy that he was getting. Well, he's not going to say all that because he don't want to get looked at from the masses as a low-life deadbeat. So I understood. But a lot of these so-called men out here will be mad at you men out here because you calling out the bullshit that they scared to say. Now, I'm not talking about The brothers that be like, I agree with everything you say, but I can't say it because I work for this. I'm around this. I got this to lose. But I agree. I'm gonna stay behind the scenes. I ain't talking about y'all, brothers. I understand. That's a whole nother story. Because everybody can't speak like that. I'm talking about the ones that's talking this shit. Talk this bullshit about, oh, yeah, he's mad. He's bitter. He he out there snapping off. He crazy and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? He look like a fool. You know, he really mad. He must really miss that bitch. But the reason why is because he can't say the shit and ain't got the balls to say the shit that I say, which I don't know what the big deal of just saying, I don't agree with this puss ass system, or I don't agree with this system. You ain't got to say fuck child support like me. You could just say this system ain't right and this shit is definitely biased against men. But these motherfuckers ain't gonna say no shit like that. Why would they? Because if they do that, they know they're gonna lose, their precious jewels, which is the crown on their head as kings and shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to lose that crown as being called kings from these fake whack pros, feminist baby mama terrorists. So they don't want to lose that snake crown on their motherfucking head and shit. See, they care about what a bitch say. And the thing about it, what kills me, you got motherfucking friends, family members, dudes. You tell them your situation and what you going through, that motherfucker turn around and say, shit, it is what it is, cuz. Hey man, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? You should have stayed with her, man. It's cheaper to keep her. Well, shit, why don't you just pay the motherfucking money, man, and maybe you get to see your kids. But yet you've been paying child support for over 5 years and you ain't seen them yet, but this motherfucker signed with this hoe. I'm just saying. And and this is why I'm telling y'all the reality. It don't matter how many Mr. Palmers out here. It don't matter how many Coach Greg Adams out here. It doesn't matter how many Minister Japs out here. It don't even matter how many lead attorneys out here that's representing and call shit out and doing what we do. It ain't never, ever gonna change a goddamn thing when it comes to these simp enforcers, and especially when it comes to men's rights and equal opportunity, when it comes to being around our children, when it comes to equality, when it comes to equal rights for the fathers, when it comes to changing the laws for the child to have both parents involved and shit like that. It ain't never gonna change because this system is been designed, and as we see that they look out for the most benefit to government daddy, which is these sideline bitches, these Ku Klux Keishas, these Al Karens, and the rest of the gang. I want you to understand that it's not going to change because they're going to lose money. And that don't mean don't call this shit out. That don't mean don't talk about it. But what I'm telling you as a whole, if we want to talk about in the black community, the community, it's not going to change. The community is going to be what it is as long as the laws don't change, as long as they keep being about this profit and divide and conquer ass shit, it ain't never going to change. But people like me, Coach Greg Adams, and the rest of us, one thing about it is we realize that we have to get the ones who understand what we're talking about, what we call out, and have the select few. And it's going to be, it's going to be a few, but that few is going to eventually grow to many because they're going to keep spreading the word, and raise their sons to see it for what it is, or their daughters to see it for what it is. They have their wives teaching what it is. And that's how things could change. But as far as a collective, as a whole, that shit ain't going to happen. Even a lot of these black pros are starting to come out and say that as a collective, black people are doomed. Now, of course, they are the biggest simp enforcer units ever. And the reason why I say that, because they'll talk about the white man. They'll talk about, the racist system. But they won't talk about the white supremacists that's living in our fucking community. That is. They're not gonna talk about the white supremacists that's living in your house and the white supremacists that's calling the police for false allegations, or the white supremacists that's beating up our children and keeping us away from our children. No, they only gonna talk about the white supremacists that's on the subway and shit like that. Even when it came to this dude, Jordan Neely, who got choked out by a military soldier, they turned that to a goddamn white supremacist situation. Even they turned that to a race baiting ass shit. And I said, I know they not finna turn this to a race thing. And I'd be goddamn if they didn't do it. I'd be goddamn they did. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna definitely talk about this, man. Yeah, rest in peace to Jim Brown. I heard about an hour ago that he passed away. I think he was 87 years old. Even he was falsely accused of rape and all that shit. Something that happened 50 years ago. That's what I say, man. That's what I'm saying. ain't no ain't nothing gonna change as a collective. You know what I'm saying? They say he was dishonorable discharge. Then they ain't say that, but that's why I'm not keeping up with that. Shout out to Porn Dexter, heel turn for the $20 donation. Appreciate you, my brother. You know, but I'm just saying, man, that's something we have to really face as reality. Everybody that you've been around as friends, family, your mother or your father, when you go through a situation, when it comes to this unjust system, you'll find out who really your mama is and who your daddy is and who your uncle is and your cousin, your brother and all that, your sister, your grandmother, because that right there will make you see the reality of what you've been raised and how you've been sent the fuck up all your fucking life. Shout out to T Mills for the $4.99. He said, Mr. Palmer, you inspire me to keep growing my channel. Don't listen to these haters, brother. 100. Oh man, let me tell y'all. Hey, T Mills, let me explain something to you, my brother.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
I wish I would give a fuck about what some hoe ass niggas say or think about me. I don't give a fuck. I told you, I don't give a fuck. My veins are ice cold, fam. I don't give a fuck. Because if that's the case, then I'd have stopped doing this shit a long time ago. Motherfucker try to get the judge to stop me from doing this shit. And I'm like, motherfucker, freedom of speech. You don't tell me what the fuck to say on my shit. You don't tell me what the fuck to talk about on my shit when I'm in my motherfucking house, when I'm on my motherfucking computer. You don't tell me what the fuck to talk about. See, no, I don't give a fuck about what he talk about either. See, no, the motherfuckers tried that shit. Nobody silence me. I don't give a fuck what a motherfucker think. That's one thing I would never give a fuck about. I had cousins, I had people in the family, I had people who I used to work with, you know what I'm saying, tell me or try to, talk sly shit about what I was doing and shit. But at the same time, these bitch ass niggas low key watching this shit. Talking about, he right. He do got a point. It's just, I just think, how he do it. Man, bitch, fuck you.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
Sit back and talk shit about me. Say I was crazy. I'm just whining, crying. I'm missing a bitch and shit like that. But you watching me. I ain't telling you to come watch me, motherfucker. But you getting to looking and watching and shit. And then I always come back later on talking about I was just scrolling on my shit and I saw him talking shit over in New York. Nah, you ain't scrolling and watch me shit, because first of all, on my TikTok, they took down the one I had 50,000 subscribers and I only got like maybe 100 or something like that. I ain't got a lot on my shit no more. So my shit ain't gonna be all over in the algorithms like that. Nah, motherfucker, you went and looked at and found that shit. You probably fucking followed my ass already just so you can see what's going on, which I don't give a fuck. So, like I say, man, these whole ass niggas are mad because they can't say the shit that they really want to say. But then you got a lot of these dudes who sit back and talk shit about, this nigga, he this and he that. But he's really mad because he's scared to leave out his motherfucking house. See, he's scared to leave a bitch. See, he believe in that happy wife, happy life garbage ass shit. See, I told y'all that happy wife, happy life only means AKA get fucked over. You please her and do everything for her, but what has she done for you today? Not a goddamn thing. Happy wife, happy life only means keep her quiet so she don't treat your ass like the bitch she already been treating you. If you hear anybody tell you about, the happy wife, happy life, please cut them niggas off. Matter of fact, I'll let Reverend Next say it.
Cut that bitch off.
Don't fall for that happy wife. I don't care if it come from your father. Don't fall for that happy wife, happy life shit. Happy wife, happy life only means to do what you got to do to keep her fucking mouth shut. That's all that shit mean. Happy wife, happy life. So fuck the husband, huh? Shit. Shout out to Gerald Jinks, which is G-Man, for the $5.99. He said, Mr. Palmer, the Barry Bond, the Barry Bond of this space always knocking shit out the park. Black fists up. Yeah, man, the fuck out of here. Anybody tell you some goof ass shit like that, a female or a dude, you cut their motherfucking ass off. I don't play that happy wife, happy life ass shit. I say both people need to be happy. Both people need to be happy. Because my thing is this: happy husband, better fucking. And if you want to do it the cleaner way, happy husband, better loving. Don't come with that happy wife, happy life shit to me. I'll smack shit out of your ass. Don't come with that whole ass shit. See, that's the problem. See, these niggas come with this baby boomer ass, you know what I'm saying? It's about the woman bullshit, and fuck your happiness. You just gonna ride the wave and hope that she changed one day, but you out in the public telling everybody, nah, it's happy wife, happy life, man. It ain't about me. You a goddamn fool, nigga. That's why I don't get in my feelings about what certain people say or what motherfuckers say, because I look at them and I'm like, you the same one that won't leave your wife and she treats you like shit. I mean, treat you like shit. Shout out to Dallas D for the $1.99. Happy spouse, happy house. Facts. See? And I thought that when you get married or you're in a relationship that she treats you good, you treat her good. She make you happy, you make her happy. That's what I thought. But I see in this day and age, as long as you please her ass. See, and that's why you motherfuckers are the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet. And that's why you'll never have the luxury like me.
What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you?
And when I say luxury, I'm not necessarily talking about money. You don't have no peace. See, peace of mind is gold. I said this a long time ago. If you ain't got no peace, you ain't got nothing. And if you ain't got no peace, then you ain't got no luxury.
My God, please, in the name of Jesus, please, God, in the name. Why am I being arrested, Mr. Brooks? I'm going to sign a ticket.
Now, what I want to show y'all is this. I want to show you this video that I did when I was in New York with Mr. Goodbread, right? That Sunday, we was in Manhattan. And I did not know, and I used to go back and forth to New York. I did not know that New York has a New York Family Court building. See, in Chicago and most states, we don't have a family court building. We have a courthouse in different suburbans, different cities and shit like that, right? Child support is inside on a certain floor. Like where I'm at, it's on the first floor. New York got a fucking family court house. So what I did, I grabbed Mr. Goodbread's hat because I didn't have my hat with me. And I talked about this family court building that I never knew about. Never knew they had a family court building. I found out Texas got a family court house by itself. I didn't know this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, God damn, these motherfuckers got their own courthouse. And I want you to see, and this was on my TikTok, and I want you to see on what I said about this shit. And I'll tell you, the shit that I heard, which is, I told you, I don't give a fuck about it. I'll just tell you this why I say this system is fucked up. Shout out to Mr. Goodbread for showing me this shit and also filming, what I'm saying, why I talk about this shit. So like I said, this was when I was out there in New York. It was that Sunday. And I was out there visiting, trying to find me a new couch. Couldn't find one. But he was showing me around how the different courthouses all around there. It was very interesting. And they all like around the corner from each other. The Supreme Court, the what's the other one? The federal building, then the child support building, all around the corner from each other. They doing rehab shit now. So let's check this out right quick. All right. Hey, I want y'all to see this right quick. Now, I've been in New York plenty of years, but I swear to God, I never knew that they got their own family court. Now, and this is what I'm saying, y'all. Now, look, New York County Family Court. I did not know they had this shit. I did not know. And I was told that Texas got the same thing. Now that I seen it in New York, I'm not surprised. I'm sure California probably got it. I'm sure Texas have it. I'm sure Michigan got it. Surprisingly, Illinois don't have it. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure like the top 5 tier, these piece of shit ass systems of family court got this shit. They got their own building. They got 8 floors of that motherfucker. Not only do they got family court, but they also got DCFS. They have, you know, juvenile facility for juvenile offenders. See, in Chicago, we got a juvenile detention center. They got their own building. Family court is not in there. DCFS is in there, and jail cells and stuff like that. But let me continue. Let me continue. Well, I mean, was this Brooklyn? This is either Brooklyn. This was either, wait, it might have been Brooklyn. Yeah, either Brooklyn or Manhattan. But I think it was Brooklyn. I think it was Brooklyn. But let's continue. The court. Now, when you normally go to a courthouse, usually you go to a court and the certain floors have certain things. Now, the criminal court usually separate. Look at this shit. And I want you to understand, this is why I say that New York is the worst family court system in the United States. Then California, then, you know, like Michigan, Florida, and probably Chicago, where I'm from. But I want you to understand that this is a $60 billion business. A $60 billion, what's a good word for it? Slave trade. Because there's so many fathers out here who are suffering because of this. And I never realized all these years I've been coming to New York that they got a fucking separate family courthouse. And yeah, you see me with this fuck child support hat on because you got so many fathers who are alienated from seeing their children because of shit like this. Because it's more about this $60 billion industry that they get every year versus a father being their child's lives. But then you wonder why they're fatherless homes, and you wonder why there's a lot of fathers who's not around their children. You got these baby mama tears that sit back and alienate fathers out the picture because of failing relationships and divorce. And of course, like this, our system reap the benefits from it. Now, the thing that kills me is when somebody like me say, fuck child support, they sit back and say, oh, you must don't want your father. Oh, you a deadbeat. Oh, you broke. You know, you get that too. But let me ask you a question. If this court system is so fair, then why 30% of men who are on child support are not even a biological father? That's one. Why, as fathers who did it the right way, quote unquote, when it comes to being married, get every other weekend, the same as a man that's not married, they get the same thing every other weekend. They become visitors. Why 87.5% of women get custody of our children? That's because it's about this getting this $60 billion business. So why everybody get mad at me and say, oh, it's just you want to be a father? Nah, this system is systematic when it comes to fathers being their children's lives. Fuck child support, bitch. So, you heard what I said. I explained why I say fuck child support. I explained to you on 30% of men who are paying child support for a child is not theirs. I told you that the fraction or this percentage of women who get custody versus the men, and why it's that way, because of this $60 billion business, and why this system in New York is the worst family court system in the nation. Then, like I told you, California, then probably Texas, then maybe Michigan, then probably Florida, and maybe Chicago, probably top 10. I'm not gonna say it's the top 5. And yet, even with the legit reasoning, the stats that you can see for yourself, the shit that you see all over the fucking social media, even in movies you see this shit, yet you got some hoe ass nigga talking about, man, he out there cussing at the building and shit. How am I cussing at the building when I'm talking to a camera? You know what I'm saying? And basically saying that I'm crazy for calling out this fuckery. But you are crazy to stay with a bitch that treats you like a bitch that you are. Happy wife, happy life ass nigga. And like I said, Kareem told me, he said, the reason why motherfuckers is acting, talking that shit, because he's scared to say the shit that you're not scared to say, which I agree to the fullest, because you got a lot of hoe ass niggas that ain't gonna never go against the code because they're gonna go along to get along. You know why? Because if he sit back and told his wife, fuck child support, I don't believe in child support, this is not right against men, I guarantee you that bitch is gonna turn around and do some.
How dare you do this to me?
And that motherfucker gonna be on some better man. Cool. I'm sorry, I shouldn't even said that. You know, I understand because your situation, you know, you got actually a deadbeat dude. So, you know, I'm wrong for calling out the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna shut the fuck up. See, hoe ass niggas like that. Shout out to my man Rob for the 499. He said, after listening to your message over a year and a half ago, now my friends feel like my way of thinking is fucked up. Ain't that a bitch? Let me read that one more time. I want you brothers to understand, and you sister, I want you to understand that this shit is real. Rob said, after listening to your message over a year and a half now, my friends feel like my way of thinking is fucked up. And he said, ain't that a bitch? I hope you did this.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
Shout out to you, my brother. I hope you gave him the Reverend X. I hope you gave him the Reverend X. Shout out to Dallas D for the 999. She says family courts need to get hit with the RICO. And also they need to be hit with the Draco. It's definitely organized crime. And on that note, you telling the truth.
Truth is what it is.
Truth is what the fuck it is. Truth is what the fuck it is. And shout out to my man Harold Jackson. How you been, my brother? Shout out to this brother for the $5 donation. She said they have it in the Bronx at 161st Street. My record there from my father's child custody documents are there. I have a copy of it if you want to see. Shout out to you, my brother. Yeah, I heard it got a family court in the Bronx, but I heard now let me know if this is true or not. They say that in the Bronx, they're a little bit more lenient towards the father. Is that true? That's what I heard. I heard it at the Bronx. They say they not as vicious as the rest of them. They actually got more of a chance as a father who's going over there in the Bronx. That's what I was told. Shout out to you, my brother. You know, shout out to you. Shout out to Otobo for the $5 donation. He said, Mr. Palmer, today's my birthday. Please bless me with the Reverend X. Sorry, I've been busy with my MBA accountancy program. Fuck child support. Now, Otobo don't have no kids. He ain't got no kids. But he know how fucked up this system is living in America. His father went through the bullshit. This brother went back to school to get his master's degree so he could upgrade and have better. And he don't have to come on here and talk about shit. He could walk around, pretend like he don't know shit and play stupid and say, that's y'all problems. I'm getting my master's. But this brother right here, who's I think you're a first generation or maybe a second generation from Nigeria or South Africa. And even he know what the fuck it is. But you got niggas that's from here, that live here, that seen this shit happen to their father and their grandfather or their brother, their uncle, tells me that I'm crazy and something wrong with me. You can't make this shit up. Shout out to Otobo. And I definitely hit you with the Reverend X.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
And also put the ones in for Otobo because it's his motherfucking birthday. This is not ashy foots. This is ashy legs. Shout out to Otobo. Appreciate you, my brother. Put the ones in for my brother Otobo, man. So that's what I'm saying, man. These motherfuckers know exactly what it is. These baby mama tears know. Our system know. These politicians know. Everybody knows. But guess what? They turn a blind eye when it comes to family court and being alienated from one of these baby mama terrorists. Oh, yeah, they turn a blind eye. They do that which way they go ass nigga. They don't see shit. They Stevie and wondering like a motherfucker. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. These motherfuckers some bitches. And this is what I'm telling you. You can't, I'm be honest with you. These simple forces are a bigger threat than the baby mama terrorists. They are. They are. Now, don't get me wrong. These baby mama terrorists are the right-hand white supremacy. They write the blueprint, but them motherfuckers are yo-yos. They are puppeteers. They let the puppet master tell them what to do by pulling the strings and shit. These are the ones who will go out there and do it with no hesitation because they feel that they got to keep the bitches happy and shit.
Here I come to save the day.
Shout out to Harold Jackson to give it a $2 donation. He said LMAO. Nope. They are just as bad in the Bronx. Okay, shout out to you. Thanks. I'm just saying that's what I was told. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Shit. They all bad to me. I don't give a fuck. They all bad to me. Ain't no such thing as a good family court. It might be a good judge, that one judge out the rest of them, but ain't no good family court. No. Sorry. Nope. So what I want y'all to understand, even when I left Cook County Hospital, left transportation and shit, motherfuckers call me a fool because I left this good old job. This good old job. Walker send me a super chat. All right, I'll check it out. They said I left this good old job, this precious job, the only job in the fucking world, the only job in fucking Chicago, the only job in fucking Illinois. I was a fool for leaving because ain't no better benefits than the fucking county. These motherfuckers been making the same amount of money for the last 10 years, and you gonna sit back and call me stupid? You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. I said that one. You said Watkins. T Mills. I don't see Watkins. I don't see it up in here. I see a Tobo, I see her, I see Dallas, I see Robert. Dallas again. G-Man, I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it. If someone can screenshot it, take a screenshot and send it to my email so I call out. I don't see it. I swear to God, I don't see it. James Turner, yeah, I ain't seen it. Oh, you talking about Rob? Oh yeah, I read Rob shit. Oh, you talking about Rob? See, I know about Rob. I don't know about Watkins. Yeah. I read Rob's. Thank you though, because if I miss it, I want y'all to let me know. So, and here's the thing, and this is why I laugh. These motherfuckers at the county said I was stupid for leaving. First of all, they said I left. They said I left because this fat bitch supervisor that I cussed out and threatened. Actually threatened her. They said I quit because of that bitch. Then the motherfucker turned around and said that I quit because I didn't want to be on third shift. Then they finally came out and said that I was running from child support. I was running for child support. Because they listen to what a bitch say. I'm running for child support. I'm running for child support, even though I'm the one that filed the fucking court papers, even though I'm the one that served papers, but I'm doing all the running. I'm running for child support, but I'm the one that served papers and shit. I'm running for child support, but I'm the one who served papers. And you already know, even if you be the one to serve papers, you are taking a risk of being put on child support. Because even if you file or she file, the first thing they thinking about is child support. They're not thinking about nothing else. They think about that child support. But I'm running. And when I did quit, I was already going to court. Once you put in your fucking income taxes, once they get your income taxes that you hand off to them, whether you work at the job or you don't work at the job, they going off what your motherfucking income say. So if you made $40,000 and you quit your job, you still gonna have to pay the amount they're gonna give you. So how am I running for child support when I the one? First of all, I'm the one that got a motherfucker served, and second of all, they already got my yearly income from the year before. The 2 year, they go back 2 years. So how am I running? But that's what these bitches say. These hoe ass niggas say I was running for child support. I quit county because I ain't trying to be a father, but I'm the one to serve papers. But I ain't trying to be a father. Told the married nigga, said, I thought you said he wasn't trying to be a father and be, why would he serve you papers and shit? You know what the motherfucker said? He just trying to hurt me. You can't make this shit up. He just doing that to hurt me. How many of you brothers who fought for custody or equal custody? Because I only fought for equal parenting. I didn't fight for custody. I fought for equal parenting. And the reason why I filed for equal parenting was to hurt a motherfucker. Let me let Denzel speak on behalf of Malcolm X.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
I'm running for child support and I'm filing for equal parenting because I want to hurt a motherfucker. That's why I'm doing it. Hurt a baby mama terrorists. That's why I'm doing it. These baby mama terrorists, if you fight for your rights, you're doing it to hurt them. You get married, you're doing it to hurt them. You have other kids, you're doing it to hurt them. You say fuck you and wash your hands and move on, you're doing it to hurt them. And that's why I say, man, they will always try to play victim regardless of what you do or don't do. They will always try to say you did this or you did that or said this to hurt me. Even if you don't tell the motherfucker what you got going on, when they find out, they say you did it to hurt them.
Biatch.
I did it to hurt. but yeah, motherfucker want sole custody. Motherfucker want sole custody. Motherfucker want a man to have no rights. That's not to hurt me. They just doing that because that's the best interest of the child. The fuck out of here. Even though you've been there for your child for over 11 years, over 10 years, over 5 years since they was born, but you ask for equal parenting time, you doing that because you trying to hurt them. You can't make this shit up. And this is why I tell y'all, you got hoe ass niggas who been through this bullshit, got fuck royalty, gonna tell you that you in the wrong and you shouldn't be doing all that and cheaper to keep ass nigga, you a fool and oh you must not be over her and all that shit. This is why I tell you, when it comes to these hoe ass niggas, these niggas are who they are. They're never gonna change. Even if you tell them the truth and they see the truth, they got in their veins. They got in their veins with this simp enforcement unit shit. They're not gonna change. They can't. They got too many motherfuckers in their ears and in their heads manipulated to really think that you are somehow in the wrong for calling out shit, speaking your truth, and also come with receipts. You're still in the wrong. You a sinner because you're going against the code. And that brings me to, you know, the next segment that I'm gonna talk about. But before I do that, I told y'all once and I told y'all twice, it's too late for us. We've been there, done that. Some of us still in the trenches. Some of us got 3 more years, some got 5 more years, some got a couple of months. But for the young men who never been through this is to let the future know this is not a place you want to be in. This could happen to you. This could happen to anybody. Look at Tyrese's dumbass. Tyrese did it twice. And even though he went through it twice of fuckery and bullshit, that nigga still found a way to say, men are deadbeats. Most of these dudes are deadbeats. I ain't one of them and all that shit. That's a prime example of what I mean by so-called men. Now you got guys saying, yeah, he calling it out and all that shit. Yeah, he calling it out. But at the same time, he's still throwing men under the bus while he called it out. But I understand why. Because he's also a bitter male. Cool. I get it. Because if he turn around, think about it. His following is mostly women. Mostly black women. And if he come out there and say that this system is this, and all these women are baby mama terrorists, he's going to lose money. So you got people that have no integrity. So, of course, you're going to throw men on the bus, say most of these dudes are deadbeats. I'm just not one of them ass niggas. See, Derrick Jackson's, Steve Harvey. Now, Steve Harvey abandoned his first family. He said he just couldn't do it. And, you know, women sit back and say he's the doctor of relationships. He's the architect of relationships. He abandoned his first family. He abandoned his first family. He left to pursue his career and never came back. And guess what? He ain't called out for that. But somebody like me or you, oh shit, man.
How dare you do this to me?
See, we'll be the evildoers. We'll be weak ass niggas. We'll be puss ass niggas, hoe ass niggas, and all them other niggas. See, but somebody like him, a simp enforcer, a boomer simp enforcer, no, he He made it up when he got rich and started simping for his latest wife. Yeah. Derek Jackson. This motherfucker fuck around his wife, which I don't give a fuck. But he say that men shouldn't do that and all this shit. But if he fuck around his wife and do it again, get pumping dumb bitches, get them knocked up, make them get abortion and shit like that, he's forgiven. He didn't know no better. It was one of you niggas' fault and why he did it. You know what I'm saying? But as long as you a simp enforcer and you ride for these feminist baby mama Ted's, Ku Klux Keishas and the rest of them, you can't never do no wrong. But somebody like me and others that say, man, this shit is some bullshit. The system is rigged. The system is fucked up. It's gender biased and our kids are being destroyed. They sit back and tell you,
how dare you do this to me?
Yeah. See, and that's why I say these bitches don't give a fuck about the children. These bitches don't give a fuck about nobody but them damn selves. And sometimes I kind of question, do they even give a fuck about their damn selves? Because they do a lot of shit to sabotage their livelihood. See, a lot of these motherfucking dudes out here are scared to say what they want to say because they worry about what their mama gonna say. They worry about what their wife gonna say. They worry about what their homeboy gonna say. Hell, they worry about what their girlfriend gonna say. And she don't even give him no ass. And yeah, he still worry about what the bitch say. Can you imagine being in the same room with your wife and y'all sleep on different covers because she won't give you none? She don't want to be nowhere near you. She don't want to be by you. But yeah, she cause havoc every motherfucking day and treat you like shit. I can't imagine that. I can't imagine that, and I'll never go through that because I know how to walk out the fucking door or jump out the window. See. And I always and people are like, well, where you get all this shit from? You know, speaking of mine, I get it from my father. Now, don't get it twisted. You know, it's a such thing as keeping it real goes wrong. It's sacrificing this shit because, yes, motherfuckers tried to sabotage my livelihood. Motherfuckers that tried to stain my name even before I came out with this shit. But by me not giving a fuck and by me, you know, don't keep my mouth shut and let shit slide. That's why motherfuckers 6 years down the line got exposed as time went on. Because again, I'm the dumbass nigga off Cottage Grove. I sleep on the couch every day. I live in the garage and shit. I live off bitches and shit. I ain't got nothing. I'm just a bum ass nigga. That old saying, I said this before, this old saying of stupid down to a nigga level can really fuck you over. That's a fact. I saw hands down. Now I'm lower the totem pole. I'm lower than the ant. I'm the worst of the worst. And you stooped all the way. You supposed to be hiding in the clouds. You supposed to be high, your nose up to Jesus' feet and shit. Your ass stooped down to my level to the point where you went way under me, to the point they wouldn't even stun me no more. They start talking about your fat, sloppy, ugly ass. They start talking about how nasty and trifling and ghetto and how desperate and how much you paying married niggas and shit like that. They weren't talking about that. I ain't never paid married bitches to be around me. I never been desperate to pay a motherfucker to be around me. So the fact of the matter is, that's why I say, motherfucker, you got to understand who you talking about. You got to understand who's saying the shit they saying because it's like, bitch, you beneath me. And that's the true thing. Stooping down to a motherfucker level. Sometimes you do have to stoop down to the motherfucker level to put them in their place. But that motherfucker didn't have to go down to my level since you say I'm all these things. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say, that's why I laugh. That's why I keep doing me, because everybody knows my life except me. You have niggas at county that knows my life except me. They telling me what I'm doing, and I ain't even around the whole ass nigga. I'm not nowhere near them. I'm not around them. I'm not talking to them on social media. I'm not popping up at the job. But they know what I'm doing more than me. Now, of course, everybody see me on YouTube. So yeah, you see me on YouTube. But outside of that, you don't see me nothing. I'm on the couch. Couch Gang was created by me because a motherfucker said that all I was doing was sleeping on the couch. You had baby mama terrorists say that I was sleeping on the couch, laying on the couch, doing nothing. And that's when I came out with Couch Gang. You know what I'm saying? So if you say I sleep on the couch every motherfucking day, I'm sleeping like a motherfucker. They say I'm a dumb nigga off Cottage Grove. Yeah, I'm from 89th Cottage Grove. Yup, I'm a dumbass nigga off Cottage Grove, but y'all some stupid motherfuckers. And not only that, the shit that I talk about, you still ain't proved me wrong yet. This is what I'm saying. This shit is just amazing to me that all this talking jibber jabber, I never hear from that source. I hear from somebody else that tells me this shit. And yet, no one came to say, I'm here to prove you wrong. You lying about what you saying. The shit you saying, you're lying. Let me call this nigga. Let me text this nigga. Let me message him on social media. Nah. Because the fact of the matter is,
You can't handle the truth.
see, they don't want to have that discussion. They don't want to have that discussion. Like I said, it's couch gang for life. I love it. I love couch gang. So, yeah, I'm sleeping on a motherfucking couch. The other one got repoed, but I upgraded to a better one. And hopefully, I don't get that one repossessed. See? So that's what I'm saying, man. You have people that will see you on your ass or going through some type of hardship. And that's when you see your true friends and true family. That's when they start trying to stain your name, aid assist the hoe. They'll try to sit back and lie on you with the hoe. They will sit back and say you a low life, you never did none of all these things. And you used to help these motherfuckers out. You used to take care of the motherfuckers. But now that you're on your ass for the first time, now all of a sudden that, see, I knew he wasn't gonna be nothing. I knew you weren't gonna be shit. But at the same time, he the one who got you off your feet. She got you off your feet. And yet, now she having a hard time and whatever situation is. Now you want to sit back and say that she wasn't shit in the first place. You just can't make this shit up. And here's some other factors I want you to understand of why I say that these so-called men is gonna be the downfall of our society, which they are. You have politicians that are men. Who are men? I showed y'all this within the last 3 years. Where a fucking politician came out and said in Illinois, they did not want to make it automatic equal parenting time because the Illinois state will lose millions. It was a white dude. He said, if we make it automatic equal parenting time, Illinois will lose millions. This a dude. This ain't no woman. That's a simp enforcer. He's worried about the money. Fuck you and your kids. And what's his name? LaShawn Ford. I think it's LaShawn Ford. He's a politician. He was the only one, black dude. He was the only guy in Illinois that I've seen try to have automatic equal parenting. He was in there arguing with dude, trying to see like how can you justify that when our kids need fathers and blah blah blah. That dude said that we will lose millions. And that's how a lot of these states are. That's why they don't want to pass automatic equal parenting time. But here's the thing. The ones they did do equal parenting time, they still give the judge the final say so if he feels that, this case don't need to be automatic equal parenting time. See, that's why they get you. They'll pass the shit. The shit's been passed in Illinois for the last 5 years. And it's still sitting on the table just like this cup of water I have. And they're not going to push the issue. You know why? Because the majority of society is not going to make them push that motherfucking envelope to put it out there for it to be equal parenting automatic. So they passed the shit. So that's why I want you to understand that our society is not going to ride for that because you know why? For a baby mama tells if it's equal parenting time, that means the father got just as much rights as she do. That's one. Number two, she'll get less in child support if he still had to pay it. And three, the court's gonna lose money. Let me let Denzel speak on behalf of Malcolm X, because I want you to understand that this system is designed to do what it do, and it's these simple force of men, so-called men, that's doing this shit.
You've been had.
Yeah.
You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Yeah. Let me see if matter of fact, y'all, for those who've been around since I've been on I think about 3 years now, y'all seen it, you go back. Illinois lawyer said they're gonna lose money if they don't pass. Let me see if I can find that shit, because I don't think I got the video, but let me see. Passing equal parenting. equal parenting time will affect child support. I think he was let's see. Shout out to G-Man for the 599. He said, don't forget the child support system got their hands in on child trafficking also. Oh yeah, that all come to play, man. I ain't even talk about that. Shout out to you, my brother. I ain't even talk about that. Let me try to find that. Was a lawyer or a politician? Everybody in here, please hit the like button. That's one thing that is free. Definitely donate to the channel because I definitely got to keep my couch updated and paid with errands and rent a center. And definitely look out on the Cash App if you can. There's one up here, but the problem is they want me to sign up and shit. But I can't show you the title. Now, I can't find that video, but on here it says an Illinois law on equal parenting time would be a bad move. And this was back in February 3rd, 2022. An Illinois law on equal parenting time would be a bad move. Why would equal parenting time be a bad move? And what bad move will it affect? Will it affect the child? Nope. Will it affect government daddy? Yep. Will it affect the baby mama Terrace? Yeah, if she's trying to alienate him and he equal parenting time, yeah, it is gonna affect that bitch. Yeah, that would be a bad move. Let me find one, cause this time you gotta sign. I ain't signing shit. Matter of fact, let me go on YouTube right quick. Then I want you to see something about our youth. Let's see if I can find it, cause it. John Ford. Fights for parenting. Let me see if this is it. This might be the video. I might have found. Let me let right quick. Let me let Reverend Next speak his piece for the moment.
You the devil. You the devil. You a Satanist, huh? Then you wrote a book too then, right? You got a book with blood on it, huh? You Satan, huh? Who created your ass, Satan? Who created your ass? I come in the name of Jesus by the power of the Holy Spirit. I come in the name of Jesus by the power of the Holy Spirit. The devil is a motherfucking liar. So you know I ain't worried, bitch. Stupid bitch. Look at that. I'm provoking that, huh? I'm making motherfuckers just hate God more. I'm provoking that, huh? You goddamn devil worshiper, you ain't got no excuse. Motherfucker, you ain't coming in you come in the name of Satan. I guess if you like a house nigga and won't go competitive, if I say I'm God, then I guess you have to take the side of Satan, huh, motherfucker? Stupid bitch. It's not of competition, it's of cooperation. Stupid ass house nigga. I can't see you though, bitch. You see me, I'm all out. I make my ass very available. Tom, next caller. You don't like it? Kiss my ass, you don't like it. It's my house.
Yeah, shout out to my man Reverend Next. I'm gonna look for that video. It's on my YouTube, but I want you to check this out. Another reason why, and we'll get back to that. Another reason why these so-called men will always be the downfall of men, because you have the youth who have the feminist mindset. You got youth who have the simple force of mindset, who were raised by one of these baby mama Teds. You don't believe me? I want you to check this video out. And one thing I can say, you can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. Let me grab it. And when dude was a teenager, he has I don't know if it's his YouTube channel or somebody posted, but I had to want y'all to, it's a 3-minute video. But this 13, 14-year-old simple forcer tell you on why you should be feminist. A boy that tells you on why you should be a feminist. Let me get that. Why you should be a feminist. I done heard it all. When I heard that, why you should be a feminist. A feminist. Why you should be a feminist. Yep. What that motherfucker at? Let me see. Data. Check this out. Why they never had this in the right order the way I want it? Here we go. Check this out.
My name is Eitan Bernath. I'm a 16-year-old male, and I am a proud feminist. Feminist, an advocate for women's rights on the basis of social, economic, and political equality of the sexes. Today is International Women's Day, a day for advocacy of women's rights around the world.
Now, let me start over, because he's talking really fast like a woman. He's 16 years old, and he called himself a feminist. Now, where would he get that dumb shit from? Where would he get that dumb shit from? Before I continue, where do we get that dumb shit from? I already know he got it from. He got it from a baby mama terrorist. Yes. And most likely, his daddy ain't there to get his mind right. And if he is there, that means he's one of them,
Keep on using me until you use me up.
If I never would have seen this, I wouldn't have believed it. Shout out to Brown Hornet for the 499. He said, fuck is wrong with these weak little niggas? Salute everyone. Salute everyone. You know who I want to hear, because it's accurate for this live stream. Yes, it is, my brother.
What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, what's wrong with these motherfuckers? I don't know. But let's continue. I just want y'all, check it out.
My name is Eitan Bernath. I'm a 16-year-old male, and I am a proud feminist. Feminist, an advocate for women's rights on the basis of social, economic, and political equality of the sexes. Today is International Women's Day, a day for advocacy of women's rights around the world. I'm here to talk to all of the teenage boys that are watching to talk about why it is so important for all of us to be feminists and what exactly that means.
Now, notice he said he's talking about all the teenage boys. Now, I want y'all to understand that every female is not a feminist. Why is he not coming out saying, I'm talk to all the teenagers, man and female, to be feminists? That right there, because he ain't saying the young teenage females, because every teenage females are feminists. Not every one of them, no. Somebody put it in his head that his agenda is to get so-called men to ride this feminist toxic wave. But let's let them finish,
Teenage boys that are watching to talk about why it is so important for all of us to be feminists and what exactly that means. We must be an ally for gender equality because it is not a women's problem, but it is a human problem.
So he said that this is not a women's problem. It's a human problem. First of all, where's the gender bias when it comes to a female? I want to know. Now, back in the day, back in time before we was born, back in the 30s and the 40s, when the woman wasn't able to vote, the woman wasn't able to work, she wasn't able to have equal pay, she didn't have opportunity. All she was there to do was stay in the house and clean up the shit like that. That was legit. It was legitimate to fight for equality, feminism. But even back then, we started to see who really started this feminism wave, and it was about taking over and control and running the patriarchy to the ground. Black women are the primary reason why feminism has existence today. Now, of course, I wouldn't have known that if we wouldn't have did that topic where we talked to the one who's there back in the day that said it. The black women started this shit back in the day in New York. And they talked about how the black women were behind the scenes getting this shit going. But when you think of feminism or feminists, you think of the white woman because they always been on the front line. They didn't want no nigga on the front line. But the ones who aid, assist, and orchestrated to where it is today is the Ku Klux Keishas. I'm just saying, but let's continue.
Personally, I've been a feminist ever since I can remember. I've always been.
He's been a feminist. I'm gonna be doing a lot of pauses, so forgive me. Yeah, Margaret Sanger. He said he's been a feminist. I want you to hear it again.
For gender equality because it is not a women's problem, but it is a human problem. Personally, I've been a feminist ever since I can remember.
He's been a feminist ever since he could remember.
You fucking income fucking poop.
He's been a feminist ever since he could remember. He's only 16 years old. So, in my opinion, I can only go by my opinion. I believe from day one, he's been manipulated and he's been forced to have this shit in his head to the point where he believed that he's a feminist. Just like these baby mama Tez Al Karens that have transgender, half naked and naked, dancing and twerking in front of babies. See, you can't make this shit up.
Biatch.
Most of these dudes who call themselves male feminists, most of them have alphabetic natures going on and shit. I'm sorry, Mark. I ain't trying to drag you and your people in it. But I have to say that most of these dudes, and I'm not even saying this as a shame tactic. I'm talking about when I listen and watch these so-called male feminists talk, most of these male feminists have the female trait. You know what I'm saying? But let's finish. He said he been a feminist ever since he could remember. Like he's 30 years old or 40 years old. This nigga is 16 years old, and he said that he's been a feminist since all he could remember.
Us to be feminists and what exactly that means. We must be an ally for gender equality because it is not a women's problem, but it is a human problem. Personally, I've been a feminist ever since I can remember. I've always been surrounded by strong working women like my mom, my grandmothers, and some of my biggest inspirations in life.
That right there. See what I mean? Then I just tell you that a lot of these dudes are raised by these baby mama tests. He said his mother, his grandmother, he didn't say nothing about a father. He didn't say nothing about a grandfather. Now, I don't know if they alienated. I don't know if they died. I don't know if whatever the reason is, but all he been around with his mama and his grandmama. Because I didn't watch this whole motherfucker thing. I wanted to watch this with y'all. So check, let's hear that again. And that's why when I asked that question, who raised you? Case closed.
To talk about why it is so important for all of us to be feminists and what exactly that means. We must be an ally for gender equality because it is not a women's problem, but it is a human problem.
Yeah, tell them.
Personally, I've been a feminist ever since I can remember. I've always been surrounded by strong working women like my mom, my grandmothers, and some of my biggest inspirations in life are women who are big feminists like Ellen DeGeneres and Lily Singh. I'm definitely no expert on the topic, but I always try to keep myself as informed as possible so I know as much as I can about this thing that I'm so passionate about.
Notice the two names. I like this. I swear, I like this. Notice the two names that he said that he respect as a feminist. Let's hear that part again, y'all. Then I'll call out the chats.
Grandmothers, and some of my biggest inspirations in life are women who are big feminists like Ellen DeGeneres and Lily Singh.
So you got a lesbian that you look up to as a feminist. Now the other person, he said, I don't know who the fuck that is. Maybe y'all know who the other one is, but I know who Ellen is. And you telling me that you look up to a lesbian as a feminist. Reverend X?
You fucking income fucking poop.
Shout out to OG for the $5 donation. He says, he said, I see the rainbow cape blowing behind his son husband's back. You can't make this shit up. Shit. Shout out to Dallas D for the $4.99. She says, fighting for equality, but don't want equal parenting. You can't make this shit up. That's a fact. That's a fact. Shout out to Shadow Dog Law for the $4.99. He said, your thumbnail for the Ja Morant live stream was too funny. MLK in the hoodie and the gold chain, Couse Gang. Yeah, man. Shout out to my man Victor Maitland. I saw it on his channel. I took that shit like, yeah, I could use this. And speaking of Ja Morant, somebody came in the comments and said that today somebody knew him, went to school with him, and said that he's that real nigga. He's not fake gangster. And my response to him was, real or not, does that mean you jeopardize your career trying to show that you really that nigga? Get the fuck out of here. Shout out to Shadow Dog Law. I mean, the fuck? First class kings. Shout out to him for the $2 donation. He said, I could bet he's the male cheerleader at school. Maybe. Shout out to Big Tay for the $5 donation. He says, this Rainbow Tom Holland Spider-Man been bullied and brainwashed through his life. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a hold of the AR, and you know the rest. Yep, shout out to you, my brother. So yeah, Lily Singh is a famous YouTuber who's been on the platform for a long time. Her YouTube is Superwoman. My little sis used to watch her, Mr. Palmer. Okay, I never knew who she was, but I know who Ellen is. But let's continue what he got to say.
I'm definitely no expert on the topic, but I always try to keep myself as informed as possible so I know as much as I can about this thing that I'm so passionate about. Here in the United States, it is almost the 100th anniversary of the 19th Amendment, which enabled women to vote and have a say in our government. A century later, we've made tremendous strides for women's equality in this country, and today we have the most amount of women in Congress than we've ever had before. But unfortunately, we still live in a broken system that says that my work as a white male is worth 46 cents more to the dollar than an equally qualified Hispanic woman, and 31 cents more to the dollar than an equally qualified African American woman for the exact same job. That is absolutely messed up.
Oh yeah, he's right for everybody. He talking about the Hispanics. He talking about the black woman. Now here's the thing. I don't have no problem with equal pay. I have no problem with equal pay. I think women should get equal pay. But for this equal pay, it got to be equal labor of work. So what do you mean by that? Now, I'm a laborer. She's a laborer. I get paid $40 an hour. She get paid $40 an hour. I have to lift up this big ass ton of bricks, then that bitch need to lift up that big ass ton of bricks. See, it ain't gonna be I lift up 1.5 tons of bricks and she get 1/4 of the motherfucker because she can't lift the bitch. See, that's the problem. See, the problem is y'all sit back talking about some ain't no opportunity and shit like that. I could do what he could do, but you don't want his responsibility. See, that's the problem. Now, I'm not saying all, because I know some females who are who do labor shit and they actually do the work. But most of them, let's be real, is not gonna do that shit. They don't want to get their nails broken. They don't want to be having dust on their clothes and shit. They want to be dressed like baby dolls and shit like that. So miss me with that bullshit. Because even when I was at county, you had motherfuckers that, one bitch told me, talking about some, I need you to help pull because I want to be able to have kids soon. And I walked the fuck off. I'm not that, I might be Michael, but I ain't that Vic nigga. I don't get down like that. So equal work, equal pay. I have no problem with that. But you have to do your own share of work. You can't say you could do the job and then sit back talking about some, I need your help because I can't do this shit, but I don't get half your check. I don't get a portion of your check. I don't get a piece of your check. So no, my suggestion to you, get you a better job. Walmart. Well, let's continue. He talking about equality for jobs and shit.
While we've come a long way here in the United States, in parts of the world, women are still treated like property and have few to no rights of their own. Education isn't even an option for many women because they are seen as uneducatable and only capable of working in their home.
Wait a minute. What the fuck is he talking about? Is he back in the 1940s and 30s and 20s? Hey, look, man.
What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you?
You telling me that they not getting education? Who are the most educated motherfuckers, degree having motherfuckers on the planet? I want to know. Please put this in the chat. I'm stupid because I don't know no better. I'm a dumb nigga off Cottage Grove. I wear a fuck child's hat. Please tell me who gets the most education between man and woman. Who gets the most degrees in this nation? Or if not the most degrees, who goes to school more? Is it men or is it females? And I'm not even just talking about black ones, but yeah, we know black women are the most educated, degree having motherfuckers on the planet. But he just said that all they do is work from home. Did you realize? See, what this dude don't understand that most of these baby mama Teds, all they want to do is work from home.
My God, please, in the name of Jesus, please, God, in the name. Why am I being arrested, Mr. Brooks? I'm going to sign a ticket.
I want you to understand that these baby mama Teds don't want to go outside and work. They want to work at home doing nothing. They don't work. They don't want to be at work. They want to live off your fucking dime, your tax money. They want to live off government daddy's handouts. They don't want to work. Most of them work at home doing nothing. Not even be a parent. Now, if this don't show manipulation and brainwash and simp enforcement unit, then I don't know what the fuck do. But I'm the bad guy. Why this little brother is not talking about men's rights? Why he's not talking about equality for men or equality for men being fathers in their children's lives? Because he wasn't raised that way. He was taught to roll with them, which is the feminists, with this dumbass ideology. These motherfuckers are able to lie on men. They're able to put men in jail because they had bad dreams of being raped and shit. They're able to call the police, say, I want him out of his house. She just visiting, and she could put him out the house. She able to get custody of a child that she really didn't want, or a child that she's abusing and shit, and she'll still get custody and get his child support. And this little nigga talking about she's sitting at the crib working from home. Let's hear that again. This 3 minutes gonna be about an hour, because I want you to understand exactly what this dude's talking about. And this is what I want you to understand. If you're hearing this from a white kid, then what you think you hearing in the black community? See? And I want you to understand, this is why I tell you that it ain't just these baby mama Ted's Ku Klux Keishas. The worst ones, the Al Karen. They are fucking up their children just as much as these Ku Klux Keishas that's fucking up our children. I want you to understand that. This dude is telling you that they are not getting the education they deserve when these are the most educated motherfuckers on the planet.
System that says that my work as a white male is worth 46 cents more to the dollar than an equally qualified Hispanic woman, and 31 cents more to the dollar than an equally qualified African American woman for the exact same job. That is absolutely messed up. While we've come a long way here in the United States, in parts of the world, women are still treated like property and have few to no rights of their own. Education isn't even an option for many women because they are seen as uneducatable and only capable of working in their home. There's a lot of work to be done to build not only societies that will educate women, but societies that will support women working in the workforce. Furthermore, in many cultures, women are removed from society and placed into isolation during menstruation because of beliefs that a naturally occurring bodily function is unholy. How can something that is a natural biological process be evil or wrong? We must combat misogyny whether it is blatant or under the guise of tradition. We must throw away ridiculous taboos and include in the education system for teenage guys like me about consent, that no means no, and that no item of clothing or lack thereof means that she was asking for it. It's no coincidence that boys grow up, whether consciously or subconsciously, believing that they are superior to women. Misogyny is ingrained in many aspects of how we raise our children. We must teach boys that women are not princesses locked up in a castle waiting.
How we raise our boys, and this dude is a 16-year-old saying this shit. Did you hear what he said though? When no means no. No means no. No means no. What is let me ask y'all a question. What does being sexually assaulted or raped got to do with feminism? But he mentioned about what no means no.
For the exact same job. That is absolutely messed up. While we've come a long way here in the United States, in parts of the world, women are still treated like property and have few to no rights of their own. Education isn't even an option for many women because they are seen as uneducatable and only capable of working in their home. There's a lot of work to be done to build not only societies that will educate women, but societies that will support women working in the workforce. Furthermore, in many cultures, women are removed from society and placed into isolation during menstruation because of beliefs that a naturally occurring bodily function is unholy. How can something that is a natural biological process be evil or wrong? We must combat misogyny whether it is blatant or under the guise of tradition. We must throw away ridiculous taboos and include in the education system for teenage guys like me about consent, that no means no, and that no item of clothing or lack thereof means that she was asking for it.
And again, I don't know what the fuck grape and sexual assault's got to do with being feminism or a feminist. Shout out to JD Green 214 for the $5 donation. He says, notice it never mentioned how much less the black man is paid. Facts. It's usually less than the black woman. You right, my brother. No, they're not gonna talk about because they don't give a fuck about you. Not even our fucking sons, our youth. Let's continue, man.
It's no coincidence that boys grow up, whether consciously or subconsciously, believing that they are superior to women.
Really? So, wait a minute. He said that teenage boys are raised to have superiority over women. Do y'all agree with that or y'all disagree? I want to know, do y'all agree or disagree that our boys, our youth, are raised to be dominant over the woman with superiority? When I was coming up, I wasn't taught that I was above the woman. Now, I was taught about traditional roles of what a man plays and what a woman play, but I never I never had that mindset that I was superior than a woman. Yeah, he is crazy. But I just want to ask, I mean, you know, I don't know. I never was raised that way. I ain't gonna say there's not a couple of people out here now that feel the way I was raised that way. I could say that, but to say as a collective, nah, not as a collective. But that's what he say. Let's continue. I ain't talking about teenagers now. Teenage boys. Let's continue. This is our future, y'all. This is who our future is going to be in the next 20 to 50 years. Shout out to James Turner for the 999. He said, Mr. Palmer, this is clearly a little boy who is not going out on any dates with girls his age. I didn't put out a video with a black dude saying this or a black teenager. It's a white one. So if you're hearing a white teenager talk this shit, just imagine what's going on in the baby mama Terrence Ku Klux Keisha household.
Misogyny is ingrained in many aspects of how we raise our children. We must teach boys that women are not princesses locked up in a castle waiting for a strong man to save them. We need to teach them that women are strong, powerful, and like them, capable of shaping their own future. For all teenage boys watching this, I'm asking you to stop and think about what it really means to be a feminist and why you should identify as one. I promise you it will not threaten your masculinity to stand up for women's rights. It's a common misconception that when women are lifted up, that men are brought down. That is simply not true. When we are all
you see what I'm talking about? You already said. He says not true that the feminism have risen up here and men, you know, is down here. He says not true. He says not true. Not true.
Biatch.
Let's see that again. He says not true.
Biological process be evil or wrong. We must combat misogyny whether it is blatant or under the guise of tradition. We must throw away ridiculous taboos and include in the education system for teenage guys like me about consent, that no means no, and that no item of clothing or lack thereof means that she was asking for it. It's no coincidence that boys grow up, whether consciously or subconsciously, believing that they are superior to women. Misogyny is ingrained in many aspects of how we raise our children. We must teach boys that women are not princesses locked up in a castle waiting for a strong man to save them. We need to teach them that women are strong, powerful, and like them, capable of shaping their own future. For all teenage boys watching this, I'm asking you to stop and think about what it really means to be a feminist and why you should identify as one. I promise you it will not threaten your masculinity to stand up for women's rights. It's a common misconception that when women are lifted up, that men are brought down. That is simply not true. When we are all united, we can and will fix this broken system, ensuring equal rights, pay, and opportunity for every single woman in this world is not a radical idea, a political agenda, or impossible. Imagine what can be accomplished when half of the world's population is not held back. Not only will it be major socioeconomical impact, but there'll be breakthroughs in every field of work that will ultimately advance humankind. Ever since I've been loud and proud about my support for gender equality, I've encountered many boys my age who have jeered when hearing that I am a feminist. It's unfortunate that the false and negative connotation that's been given to this word caused these boys' fragile masculinity to feel threatened. I try to educate them, and I hope I've done the same with this video, about the true meaning of feminism. And let's just make it clear, there is nothing manly about being misogynistic. Every single boy in this world should be a feminist to ensure that their mom, their sister, their future daughter has all the same opportunities to succeed in this world as they do. My name is Eitan Bernath, and this is what a feminist looks like. Economical impact, but there'll be breakthroughs in every field of work that will ultimately advance humankind. Ever since I've been loud and proud about my support for gender equality, I've encountered many boys my age who have jeered when hearing that I am a feminist. It's unfortunate that the false and negative connotation that's been given to this word caused these boys' fragile masculinity to feel threatened. I try to educate them, and I hope I've done the same with this video, about the true meaning of feminism. And let's just make it clear, there is nothing manly about being misogynistic. Every single boy in this world should be a feminist to ensure that their mom, their sister, their future daughter has all the same opportunities to succeed in this world as they do. My name is Eitan Bernath, and this is what a feminist looks like.
Keep on using me until you use me up.
What is y'all thought? What is y'all thoughts about what this 16-year-old boy said? What he said at the end. What are y'all thoughts on that? I want to know, because if I wouldn't have seen this, I wouldn't have believed it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be like, nah, I don't believe that shit. I would have gave the benefit of the doubt. None surprised me, but I'd have been like, I don't believe that shit. Shout out to Seeker Truth for the $4.99. He said the youth are being targeted by these leftist alternative lifestyles and ultra liberal groups. Shout out to you, my brother. I want to know what's y'all thoughts. Let me check if I got any cash apps. Let me see. You can't make. I'm just saying, man. You can't make this shit up, bro. Shout out to. Tell me y'all thoughts while I do this. Shout out to Corbett G for the $5 cash app. Appreciate you, my brother. Shout out to my man, Hated Poet for the $3 cash app. He said Team Bussy said all that and still got no booty. Shout out to you. Yeah. Shout out to my man Rose Sage for the $20 cash app. He say change the laws of your mind and you'll win. Yes, you will. Yeah. And Rogue, and I say this often, Rogue don't have no motherfucking kids. Rogue don't have these problems. But he know about a baby mama terrorist. He been around them. See, just because you don't have these quote unquote these problems and these situations, don't mean that this can't affect you or somebody that you love or somebody that raised you. You know what I'm saying? That this shouldn't be talked about, because just because you don't go through this don't mean your son won't go through this, or your homeboy won't go through this, or your godson or whoever. You know what I'm saying? This dude, 16 years old, has been filled with a lot of garbage and manipulation to the point where he even seemed like he has some white guilt. You can't make this shit up. He has some white guilt to my he makes 40 cents more than the Mexican and all that shit. What the fuck it got to do with you? But you know, I'm a dumb nigga off Cottage Grove and I don't know no better. That is one of the prime examples of when I say that these so-called men will be men's downfall. Because if you go to these so-called men, they're gonna say, what you mean you want to fight for equal parenting? What you mean you want to fight about equality amongst men? Don't you see what you put these women through? Don't you see that it's the best interest of the child that she keeps the baby longer than you? Yeah, but what about all these abuse and murders and lack of fathers? Yeah, well, you should have thought about that and kept your pants zipped. These dudes now, I told you I was trying to find that video, and I did this a couple of years ago. You know, this is another example of so-called men. Oh, this ain't the one. Let me get rid of that. Another example of so-called men. So-called men who will look at people like you and me crazy because we calling out the fuckery. This fuck nigga right here, his name is Michael Strauss the third. He's the state bar associate secretary who opposed equal parenting because of the potential for the state to lose millions, possibly hundreds of millions of dollars. This is what he said, y'all. This is in Illinois. This is Illinois. It's not New York. It's not Texas. It's not California. It's ain't even Florida. This is our state bar associate secretary. Oh yeah, he's a fuck nigga. See, when I call motherfucker nigga, he could be black, white, blue, or green. When I come with this right here, when I say what Pastor David Manning say,
What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you?
that's for everybody. I don't care. Shit. Shout out to Yeah Man in Thailand for the $5 donation. He said, when men get power, women ask for equality. When men get power, women ask for equality. When women get power, they proudly shout it out loud. For example, we are the most educated. We are strong and independent. We don't need no man. I could do better all by my damn self. I don't need you, fuck nigga, and all these other lines they done created. Yeah. Shout out to you, my brother, out there in Thailand. I want you to check out. I'm not just going to let you just see, just this picture of what he said. I'm going to let you hear from your goddamn selves. And for those who've been on here, because I had World Class on here. I don't know about G-Man. I had quite a few people that's still on this show that was on there a couple years ago. Shout out to y'all, man. Cow's Gang. Check this out. And you're going to see LaShawn K. Ford go at this dude. Lose millions, possibly hundreds of millions.
Thank you to the chair and to all the representatives in attendance today. I am Michael Strauss. I'm a family.
Oh, Michael Strauss. I'm sorry. I'm from Cottage Grove. Now, before we continue, House of Representatives, Restorative Justice Committee, House Bill 4113 for equal parenting. This was years ago, y'all. This is like 5 or 6 years ago. I just want y'all to see what they're there for.
Thank you to the chair and to all the representatives in attendance today. I am Michael Strauss. I'm a family law attorney in Lake and Cook County. I'm also vice president of A Safe Place and secretary of the Family Law Section Council of the Illinois State Bar Association. And I happen to also be the co-author of the Illinois State Bar's resolution against this bill.
He's a family law lawyer. His job is to keep the courts to stay rich. This is the dude that's getting hundreds of thousands of dollars to destroy you fathers out here. Myself included. This motherfucker's job is to keep raking in the money for government daddy and look out for these baby mama terrorists so he could keep his job and reap the benefits as well as these judges and everybody else. But let's continue.
Currently the state of Illinois gets federal funding and grants, and individuals obviously get state aid. There's very real potential for this state to lose federal funding, and I'm talking millions, possibly hundreds of millions of dollars, as well as parents not being eligible for the state aid.
I want you to understand what he just said. He said out his mouth. Now, the black dude that you see looking at him is LaShawn Ford. He's the only politician that I know who actually called out this bullshit. He's been calling this out for years. That's the only politician I know that is really, and he still talk about it, is really, really passionate about equal parenting. Now, I don't know if he's been through this situation. I don't know, or if he knew somebody been in this situation. We friends on Facebook, but I never reached out to him because I figured if I reach out to him, he'd probably talk that. If I say come on the show or, let's meet up, he'll probably say, nah, I can't be affiliated with you. But I think I'm gonna inbox him and try to holler at him. We could just talk off the record, and I just get an understanding why he's doing what he's doing and shake his hand if I can meet him. But yeah, let's go ahead and hear that. I want y'all to hear that again. And if he's saying this shit, I want you to understand that what you think these other motherfuckers saying that you don't know or hear behind the scenes. Somebody actually recorded this shit.
Federal funding and grants, resolution against this bill. Currently the state of Illinois gets federal funding and grants, and individuals obviously get state aid. There's very real potential for this state to lose federal funding, and I'm talking millions, possibly hundreds of millions of dollars, as well as parents not being eligible for the state aid. This issue has not been addressed by those in favor of this law, and so potentially Illinois loses a lot of money, poor families lose more money, and our state gets less money.
Hey, he said poor family lose money, and he said this court lose money too. Look what he say, the people that's going to affect. I won't give a fuck about the poor. I'm sorry. Walmart is always hiring. I'm sorry. What the fuck you mean? So I can't see my kid. I gotta get the visitors pass every other weekend because you want to help some motherfucker that want to build themselves up. You can't make this shit up. When the fuck this motherfucker give a fuck about the poor? That's just an excuse to try to justify why they trying to keep the motherfucker fathers from having equal parenting. Let's hear that again.
So potentially Illinois loses a lot of money. And so potentially Illinois loses a lot of money. Poor families lose more money, and our state gets less money.
See, poor family lose more money and the state lose money. He don't give a fuck about no goddamn poor. Best believe that. Best believe that. As far as he concerned, he feel what I feel. Get a job at Walmart. Walmart is always hiring. So you want to use that poor bullshit. Get the fuck out of here. Let me let y'all hear it one more time. One more time.
Illinois loses a lot of money. Poor families lose more money, and our state gets less money.
What's in the best interest of the kid is not to worry about how much federal dollars we're going to get for food stamps in this country. It's ridiculous.
You heard what he said? That Mr. Ford said that ain't got nothing to do with equal parenting. Basically, in so many words, I'm gonna let you hear it again. He called the shit out.
Federal dollars we're going to get for food stamps. The best interest of the kid is not to worry about how much federal dollars we're going to get for food stamps in this country. It's ridiculous.
There's already litigation on that issue, isn't there, when there was 50-50 for parents?
There have, and I've been speaking with some of the judges in Cook County. They brought up that there's been ungodly amounts of litigation to ensure that the people kept their food stamps, because frankly, it's life or death. Without them, they have a big problem.
And he talking about what the judges say. Now you already know that the judges is not gonna side with Mr. LaShawn K. Ford. No, they're gonna side with this dumb motherfucker talking about something it's gonna hurt the poor. They don't give a fuck about the poor. But let's hear that again. You can't make this shit up.
With some of the judges in Cook County, they brought up that there's been ungodly amounts of litigation to ensure that the people kept their food stamps, because frankly, it's life or death. Without them, they have a big problem.
So let's make sure that we keep our kids out there. Let's keep the fight on so that we can continue to get food stamps. I want my people off of food stamps. Yeah. What do you mean?
I want you to understand, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. Government daddy do not want, I'm just talking about the black community. And now we know white people, there's a lot of white people on public aid and all that shit. Actually, more to them than us as blacks. But blacks on it at a higher rate. That's the difference. Now, he said he wants his people off government assistance, WIC, food stamps, all that shit. Just like I would. It's supposed to be a temporary thing, but now government daddy wants you to live off this shit because they reap the benefits from it. As you heard what the white man said, he said, if we get rid of equal parenting, we add equal parenting, then the poor is gonna lose more money. Fuck them kids. The poor is gonna lose more money, which they already know. As long as you keep the poor, the rich will always stay rich. We already know this game, but he's trying to get somebody to have some pity for the poor. As far as I'm concerned, I'll say it again. Walmart is always hiring. But yet, I say fuck child support and call out the fuckery that's been going on, destroying dads and children. And motherfuckers say I'm crazy. They say, oh, he just mad and he get on child support. He just bitter and he sleep on a couch. But never proved me the fuck wrong. But let's continue.
So that we can continue to get food stamps. I want my people off of food stamps. Yeah. What do you mean? That's ridiculous to even bring that up.
Let's keep that down in the back, please. We want to stay on the rails.
All I know is that not more than 2 minutes ago, you asked me not to rebut a question, and yet.
I understand that. I'm trying to keep everybody to the same set of rules to the best of my ability.
So yeah, this is the good old let me let my man say it. Bitch nigga. That says they will lose millions and possibly hundreds of millions of dollars, and the poor is gonna lose more. They try to use Ku Klux Keisha 84. Shout out to you. Ku Klux Keisha 84. That's what I'm talking about. Show your true self in this motherfucker. Now, like I was saying, this dude saying this shit. He's trying to pretend like he give a fuck about the poor and giving out equal parenting time to help that child ain't shit. It's not important. It's more important to help the poor. When the fuck did these motherfuckers give a fuck about the poor. Let's be real now. Let me let Denzel speak on behalf of Malcolm X.
You've been had.
Come on, man.
You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
You just can't make this shit up. That's what I'm saying. You just can't make this shit up, man. You gotta, hey, man, it sounds good. And the sad part about it, these Ku Klux Keishas and these baby mama Teds, Outkast, and everybody say, yeah, it's gonna affect the poor. And the only reason why he's saying that because they don't want that father to have any type of custody, any type of equal say or anything. So of course they're gonna say, yeah, it's gonna affect the poor ass niggas. Fuck out of here. I told y'all. So if they saying this in Illinois, just imagine what they saying in New York, California, Michigan, Atlanta, Georgia, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I want you to understand, if they saying this right now, and this was some years ago, just imagine what they've been saying a long time ago. But yet, I'm crazy, I'm stupid, I just don't want to take care of my kids, I don't want to be a father and all this shit. I'm the retard, but your bitch ass laying with a bitch that won't even fuck you. And you talk this happy wife, happy life ass shit, and you ain't happy at all. I don't get you fuck niggas. I don't get it, but it ain't meant for me. To me, these niggas that talk this shit ain't no different from this 16-year-old that just talking about being feminist.
What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you?
Ain't no motherfucking difference. Now, I'm gonna play a couple of clips on this that was very interesting. This, what you're gonna see is, I'm gonna fast forward. Cause what you're gonna see is anti-feminist dudes versus feminist dudes. And the reason why I'm going towards the end, because that's towards the end was what I really want y'all to see. And you'll see as they talk which one is no, he a Democrat. LaShawn Ford is a Democrat. I don't know about the lawyer. That I don't know. He probably is. I want you to hear what they got to say when it comes to their differences and why they believe what they believe. Fair use. Hit the like button, y'all.
Right.
It's about
innocent men suffer because of feminism.
And so can I pose this question?
But that is still about
on
feelings,
on a day-by-day basis, do you think you're negatively affected by feminism?
100%.
Now, let's go back to what this, I want you to know who's who. Tucker. Now, what they say is feminism affects men. So this dude in the orange name is Tucker. Maybe it's his last name.
On a day-by-day.
He's a feminist. First of all, I don't see how any man could be a fucking feminist.
Don't take my God, please, in the name of Jesus. Please, God, in the name. Why am I being arrested, Mr. Brooks? I'm going to sign a ticket.
I don't know how any man can call themselves a feminist.
What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you?
Well, let's hear what he got to say. Let's see what he got to say. A cuck is what he is.
Right.
It's about
Innocent men suffer because of feminism.
And so can I pose this question?
But that is still about
on a
feelings,
on a day-by-day basis, do you think you're negatively affected by feminism?
100%.
Yeah.
120%.
And so,
really believe that? No.
Can you explain to me how on a day-by-day basis
it makes them
affects
feel
you negatively?
because again, masculinity has this mythical eligibility of power. When someone
now this dude named Quentin, he's a feminist too. Just letting you know, he's a feminist too. I'm gonna pause it when they show who's a feminist and who's not a feminist.
Bitch, nigga.
Okay.
feminist, what have you, challenges that, it feels like oppression to them. So
Yeah.
it feels
It's
like
not-
something is
it's
being
not
done.
challenging.
That's just my.
Notice he said feminism is like a challenge to them. Like he ain't a so-called man. I told you got so-called men, and you got, men. And I want you to understand that anybody that holler male feminist is not only a alphabet, but he's definitely a so-called Man.
What have you, challenges that, it feels like oppression to them. So
Yeah.
it feels
It's not-
like something is
it's
being
not
done.
challenging.
That's just my perception. Feel free to disagree, but that's what it looks
I'm
like
not
to me.
oppressed, so I
That's what I'm saying.
challenge that perception. But also, too, to go back to your point about feminism, that may have been true with first wave feminism.
Now, the dude that just is talking, his name is C. I think he calls himself CJ. He's anti-feminist. He's anti-feminist. Let's see what he got to say.
To go back to your point about feminism, that may have been true with first wave feminism, but with third wave feminism, that is no longer the case anymore.
I would even argue because first wave feminism and third
Guys,
wave
bring it back
feminism.
to the prompt. And then also just, I love the ping-ponging, but just make sure we don't have 5 people talking on top of each other.
All right. There's another side to this too. It's the patriarchy. And so that is what you are.
So you got Kevin right here. I think he's Asian. And he's a feminist. Bitch, nigga. Let's continue.
Talking about. It is the pressure to be strong, the pressure to protect.
But in what ways is our society a patriarchy today? I know you said values, so I would want to get clarification on what you define a patriarchy.
So we should define patriarchy as a group, because I personally am still having a hard time defining it today because it is so
we're talking
massive.
about something that you can't even define.
So, I'll try and define. Do you want me to try?
Yeah,
and
let's do it
In
together.
a broader spectrum, I'd say patriarchal is the societal structure that we have set up that's kind of, what's the word, sociological values of how we set up a hierarchy in our society.
But
and
a
so it's
patriarchy
not
is
a
defined
little
by, where men are in charge and hold power.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that it's a literal thing where there's some document that somebody wrote where it said men are in charge, women are second. It is a set of sociological values that you see.
So we're
across
changing the
society.
definition of patriarchy, which is fine. I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
That's what my definition is. I didn't say there was a set
But that's
definition.
a, but that's a red
theorist.
herring.
That's how
So
I
are
define
we
it.
saying we're not in a patriarchal society?
No, I don't believe
Not
we
in
are today.
2020.
So the whole idea that our country is an oppressive patriarchy.
Now, this is Clarkson. He's anti-feminist. Let's continue.
It just really gets under my skin because nobody's able to actually tell me what that is. Well, by definition, the patriarchy would be a society where men have power over women and women don't have a voice. And in today's society, that's just not true. Obviously, some people have power over others, but in our society, that has more to do with economic status than actual sex.
So now, where's the lie? I'm gonna let y'all hear it again for somebody to say, yeah, patriarchy means control the woman and all that shit.
No, I don't.
Toxic masculinity is what they call it now.
Why are you trying to jump to a bitch's motherfucking defense?
That's how I see it.
I don't believe we are today. So the whole idea that our country is an oppressive patriarchy, it just really gets under my skin because nobody's able to actually tell me what that is. Well, by definition, the patriarchy would be a society where men have power over women and women don't have a voice. And in today's society, that's just not true. Obviously, some people have power over others, but in our society, that has more to do with economic status than actual sex.
So going back to the prompt, right? The prompt is innocent men feel attacked by...
Now, this dude this dude named Josh is a feminist. Bitch, nigga. Let's continue.
Feminism.
Suffer
from
from
feminism, right? So, if you make a mistake, you should be held accountable to that mistake. Absolutely. Now, with the forms of internet coming out and communication going everywhere, y'all are talking about feeling attacked for being able to say certain things or not.
Not attacked.
If you
I just
are-
think that psychologically,
It
that
does
some
suffer.
innocent men do suffer from
But I
the
would say they
narratives that
also
are pushed from
suffer
feminism.
if you're speaking about laws. I think feminism has changed a lot of laws.
Now, Donovan, he's anti-feminist also.
That now all are women beneficiaries. So if you look at divorce courts, if you look at family courts, if you look at abortion, if you look at a whole host of laws, all of them are women primary. Men are heavily affected by those.
So I disagree actually on that. I don't actually agree on the whole loss stuff. But just going back to like the prompt on the suffering
Now, his name is Cloverse. He's anti-feminist.
thing, I do think that you have to be aware that a man can't just go and say whatever they want.
Right.
Where a
Nobody
female
can.
can't.
Should they be
That
able
is,
to?
that is not
Nobody
true.
can.
A female can say a lot more than a man can, especially online, on social media, on the internet.
but a man
There's a
can
lot
also
of rape.
physically
There's
do
been
a
a
lot
rape.
I agree with y'all. Now that I agree. All of them sound like alphabets. All of them sounds like bitch, nigga. Yes, all of them. It's like they got the people to get on there that's not gonna talk like me, or the ones that's not gonna call out the truth. They wouldn't bring Coach Greg Adams on that. They wouldn't definitely bring me on there. They wouldn't bring nobody like that on there. It'd be one of these. But hey, I will say at least the ones who is anti-feminist, even though I think they are alphabets, I have to say that at least they are calling the shit out. I give them that. But they all sound and look like, I ain't trying to judge a book by the cover, but they all seem like they got the type of dude they wanted to be in there. Let's continue.
Threat made, and a woman said no one will judge an eye. Cancel culture doesn't come in. But if a man said that same thing, they would get canceled immediately. I believe men today are really weak. Mostly they're lazy, and I feel like there's no courage. I feel like men today are okay with being losers, and I mean more men.
And you know what? This dude, he's like an alphabet for real. But this dude is actually telling the truth. Because these so-called men are the ones that's looking at me saying, man, you crazy. Man, you don't want to be a father. You don't want to take your kids. Even though I explain and show and show stats and I can't get proven wrong yet. But yet they say that, I'm the problem. So dude come with some real shit. He said it. A lot of these weak ass simping forces, a lot of these suck ass bitch nigga, and don't forget the bitter male cool. You got this alphabetic looking motherfucker calling out you weak ass motherfuckers. Ain't that a bitch?
You get in water? I can't fucking believe you. How could you do this to me for him?
There's a lot of there's been a rape threat made, and a woman said no one will judge an eye. Cancel culture doesn't come in. But if a man said that same thing, they would get canceled immediately. I believe men today are really weak. Mostly they're lazy, and I feel like there's no courage. I feel like men today are okay with being losers, and I mean more men need to stand up for what they truly believe in, and I feel like there's not enough.
Back to the prompt, do innocent men.
Well, see, here's the thing. He's right, but it's never going to be enough because as long as you got 16-year-old feminists talking about other teenagers need to be feminists and, only concerned about their mom and grandmama and I stunned daddy and grandpappy, then like I told y'all, this society is going to get worse and worse and worse. And this is why as men, we have to change the laws in our mind. And as individuals, we need to go ahead and get our little soldiers and little people that support and little people that want to get out the matriarchy of bullshit and roll. And then you change the laws within yourself and hopefully your family dynamic, your bloodline will roll on that straight line away from all the controversy of bullshit. See, because as a collective, it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue.
And suffer from feminism. I think look at with this entire Johnny Depp Amber Heard situation that happened this past year. You have all of these feminists rushing to the camp to defend Amber Heard, and then all those things come out during that trial. And people are like, maybe Johnny Depp isn't the horrible guy that we thought he was, right? So that is an example of feminism radicalizing these people to just be like, I'm going to be anti-male and I'm going to go root against this guy. But to the point of the political.
How is Johnny Depp a victim of the system? He had his day in court.
We have 30 seconds left on this prompt, so just finish your thought.
But also to Brett Kavanaugh. Big example there, you have all of these allegations that come up when he's going to be the Supreme Court justice that never came up before.
Right, exactly.
What did that do as far as enable people who have fake accusations to say, I'm gonna ride the coattails of the Me Too movement and ruin innocent man's life?
Really quick though, where's Brett Kavanaugh right now? He's on the Supreme Court?
He's on the Supreme Court, thank
God, because
and
then
truth
Johnny
won the
Depp,
day.
was he convicted of a crime?
Because truth won the day.
But that's the point.
He won in spite of feminism.
There's a pendulum, and for a really long time, people weren't called out for things, people weren't held accountable. So now, the pendulum's swinging. Maybe there are going to be some false accusations and stuff going too far. I would rather have 1 million false accusations, like over 1 million people that deserve to be in jail not being in jail. Do you see?
Nah, I don't see what you're saying. So you're a bitch. See, this is exactly the shit I'm talking about, man. This is the shit I'm talking. I want you to hear what exactly this motherfucker said. This basically justify the false allegations. I don't want to use the here I come to say today because he's too much of a biatch to even do that. So let you hear what he just said. And he basically gonna justify the false allegations with with truth.
In spite of feminism, there's a pendulum, and for a really long time, people weren't called out for things, people weren't held accountable. So now, the pendulum's swinging. Maybe there are going to be some false accusations and stuff going too far. I would rather have 1 million false accusations, like over 1 million people that deserve to be in jail not being in jail. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather people go through false. You'd rather have 1 million.
He'd rather that people go through false accusations. I want y'all to hear it again, what he just said. I want you to hear it one more time, and I'll play it, but I just want you to hear, I'm telling you, these are niggas And what I'm saying, these are dudes, these are so-called males that was supposed to be born a man. But the mindset is nothing but baby mama Terry's ideology in this motherfucker. I just want you to really understand what this motherfucker's saying. I want you to hear it one more time. Yeah, it sounds like a Christmas Eve, but ain't nobody donate 50. So, no Christmas Eve today. It should be, but ain't none.
There's a pendulum, and for a really long time, people weren't called out for things, people weren't held accountable. So now, yeah, the pendulum's swinging. Maybe there are gonna be some false accusations and stuff going too far. I would rather have 1 million false accusations like over 1 million people that deserve to be in jail not being in jail. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather people go through you'd rather have 1 million people that are guilty on the streets than a million people that are not guilty have to go through a trial.
I would rather
All right, reset.
See, and this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. This is why I tell y'all, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. This is why I tell y'all, we as men are in the trenches, deep. You got to deal with the baby mama terrorists. You got to deal with these fake ass preachers. You got to deal with these hoe ass politicians. You got to deal with the fucking society's laws and standards. You got to deal with feminism. You got to even deal with male feminism. You got to deal with simple forces. You got to deal with these high value trick suckers. We are in the trenches against everyone. Men as a whole. We are in the trenches against everyone. You can't just say, oh, it's the white man. You can't even just say it's the black man. You got men in the middle, and you get all these motherfuckers around like a fucking clock that's trying to stab you in the back. This is why I told y'all that this system, when it comes to family court, when it comes to justice and equality and shit like that, when it comes to serving time in jail versus the woman serving time in jail, or male pedophile versus a female pedophile, I want you to understand, it ain't gonna ever change. It ain't gonna happen. The laws is not gonna change to benefit you as long as they keep getting that government daddy's handouts and money. That $60 billion business. That's just in family court. We ain't talking about the criminal court with the false allegations. That's just talking about family court. Just imagine what they get in the criminal court. And I think we talked about that. Hell no, they don't want no traditional family. Hell no, they don't want no fault divorce to go away. Hell no. Hell no, they don't want the son to be with the daddy or have equal parenting. They don't want the daughter to be with the daddy, have equal parenting. Oh no, because what he say? We will lose millions, possibly hundreds of millions, because we're gonna affect the poor with this motherfucker. Yeah, you already know they don't give a fuck about the poor. So this is why I always tell y'all,
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
So if I'm in New York, if I'm in Detroit, if I'm in California, if I'm in Las Vegas, if I'm in fucking Maine, if I'm in fucking Trinidad, I'm in a motherfucking courthouse, a family court, and I'm saying fuck child support, and you got something to say, y'all already know.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
Until you prove me wrong, you ain't said shit, bitch. The only thing you doing is just going along to get along. The only thing you doing is riding the feminist wave. Just because a nigga don't have on a feminist shirt don't mean he's not a male feminist. Understand that. See, these motherfuckers are scared to say the shit that I say. And they ain't never gonna do it because it's gonna affect them from getting pussy. It's gonna affect them from get along with these baby mama Terry's whores. It's gonna affect them from being a somebody, and also it's gonna affect them for getting some type of notoriety. Why you think these whole ass niggas on YouTube don't say shit about it? Because it's not good for business. These preachers, it's not good for business. These politicians, it's not good for business. And even that thug nigga that say he that nigga, he ain't gonna do it either because it's not good for motherfucking business. Let me let Denzel speak on behalf of Malcolm X before I get the fuck out of here.
You've been had.
Yeah.
You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
So yeah, I'm finna get the fuck out of here, and I'm finna get back on my couch. And like I say, these whole ass niggas also the right hands of white supremacy. I want you to understand, man, if you don't see this right now, what they doing to our young boys, 16 years old, talking about feminists and getting other young men to be converted to feminists and not be men and have masculinity, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. But on that note, I'm Mr. Palmer. Like, subscribe, comment. We'll be live tomorrow. Share this shit and appreciate y'all love and support. This conversation is over. Fuck child support. Peace. On that note, let me go ahead and play the boot. Hey, look, you ain't paid my motherfucking rent for 9 months. Nah. Hell nah, I don't want no motherfucking sex. I'm Mr. Palmer, bitch. I don't do that sucker shit. Better have my motherfucking money. Punk ass bitch. What I don't understand, how you be so strong and be so independent and be a bum bitch. You got help from Gummy Daddy and you get them PPP loans. Yet you haven't paid shit, so you need to get gone. You haven't paid your fucking rent for a whole 9 damn months. Hell no. Got my crib all smelly and nasty from trash and blunts. Oh, hell no. Fuck this, get the fuck out. Fuck you being homeless and the least wanted. Here's your eviction notice, so yeah, you need to get the fuck out of here. Your ass get in the big thing. Your ass is about to get the boot. Your ass get in the big thing. Your ass is about to get the boot. Your ass get in the big thing. Your ass is about to get the boot. Your ass get in the big thing. Evicted. Your ass is about to get the boot. Your ass get in the big thing. Your ass is about to get the boot. Your ass is about to get the boot. Your ass get in the big thing. Your ass is about to get the boot. Welcome, thigh. I thought your degrees were your ticket out. Welcome, thigh. You're back with the guys you used to laugh about. Running around, bust it down, get community dig. With 6 baby daddies, 5 kids a week. Who would thought it'd be ya? Another Ku Klux Keisha. So believe it or not, you a thought from the block. Use a thought. 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 I thought your degrees were your ticket out. Use a thought. You're back with the guys you used to laugh about. Playing a role, you're not a hoe, say you're not a thigh. You need to see reality, you was a BMT. Who would thought it'd be ya? Another Ku Klux Keisha. So believe it or not, you a thought from the block. Use a thought. Use a thought. Use a thought. Use a thought. use a thought, use a thought. So believe it or not, use a thought, use a thought, use a thought. Believe it or not, use a thought, use a thought, use a thought. Believe it or not, use a thought, use a thought. So believe it or not, you a thought from the block, use a thought. Ooh, no. Bitch, you fucked up a good man. Stop the cat. Bragging about you having a man, but you know you're lonely. Stop the cat. Saying that you got all the dough, but baby, you have no money. Stop the cat. Saying that your hair on your head is real, but you know it's not. Stop the cat. Wearing some mop that you got from the good old pawn shop. Run around saying baby daddy left, but you know it's not true. You don't do to live off the government, that's what you choose. You fucked up with a good man, you rather be ran through. You know you made a big mistake, leaving him for Section 8. Even though you're living off government daddy, making them your children new pappy. Claiming you're so strong and independent, you was just like them baby mama terrorist women. Fuck out of here. Even though you're living off government daddy, making them your children new pappy. Claiming you're so strong and independent, you was just like them baby mama terrorist women. Fuck out of here. One more time, come on. Even though you're living off government daddy, making them your children new pappy. Claiming you're so strong and independent, you was just like them baby mama terrorist women. Fuck out of here.